Alright, as always, let's start with the skills, what they do, but first of all, we should probably talk about skill builds. So, Holy Persuasion will be leveled on level 1, level 2 and 3 will be Test of Faith. For me, it's better to get the damage source higher, than getting more HPs on your creeps, which the HP difference is 75. Here, the damage difference can be, 100, which is pretty big thing. So, I'm getting Test of Faith on level 3, then of course Holy Persuasion 4 and 5, level 6 ulti, obviously. Yeah, then get Test of Faith, level 7 will be fully leveled Holy Persuasion. From that point you're leveling your Test of Faith, and then the last thing you're leveling is Penitence. Usually if you're playing correctly Chen and your team kind of does not suck, you are getting Penitence and you're not really doing too much with it, because you have it like level 1 and 2 and then the game is already ending. Because Chen, what it does, Holy Persuasion in a jungle, you're not gaining that many XPs if you are farming, okay? You need to kind of be tricky about it. You need to stack the camps or do something different or be very quick with it. Because usually you are not killing, in the beginning, when you're taking the hero, when you start taking the creep, you're not getting the farm from the main thing, which is this guy, the big one. You're not getting the farm from it. So Holy Persuasion, what it does, it takes possession of creep in the jungle, can be creep on a lane, or sorry, neutral in the jungle, or it can be a summon. So for example, Eidolon of Enigma can be it. It can be a treant tree, I guess. It can be Forge Spirit from Invoker, so you can take possession of them, and they're gonna be infinitely there, until of course you're gonna recast them. And the limit of how many you can get is right here, so 1-1, on level 3 it's 2, and level 4 of the spell is 3, so you can have 3 minions on level 4, which is very important when you are getting it on level 7 as soon as possible. So the possessed creep has more HPs than the previous one, which is definitely important when you're pushing, when you're fighting. It can definitely take a lot of damage in the beginning, and in the beginning, nothing can kill it. In the beginning, this is the boss. You can just put it behind them, be annoying with it, and this is the main thing of the annoyance that Chen is in the beginning. So that's a Holy Persuasion, pretty good thing, and that's the main thing of a spell. Now we have Test of Faith, the second thing that you're gonna be focusing on leveling. There are two sources of Test of Faith. Damage one, that works against enemies only. Of course creeps too, neutrals too, so you can cast on anything, but of course the main thing is the enemy. As you can see, the damage is different. If I'm gonna cast it 3 times, the damage will be each time different. See, the third one was like huge damage. The spell works like that. There's the damage minimum and damage maximum. It's a pure damage too, we should mention that. For example, Huskar right now has insane magic resistance, so you can use Chen as a pretty good source of damage to kind of kill him instantly, because this does more damage to the Huskar at some point than Lina's ulti. So that's pretty, I think, nice. So the damage source, that's pretty simple. You can use it as a kill option to the enemy team. There's nothing actually to discuss it. Unfortunately, they kind of split these two things. I think first, I can't really remember, but I think it was Holy Persuasion that they had this Test of Faith. Right now they split it, so Chen basically needs more mana. That's why I like to get Arcane Boots as soon as possible on a Chen. So Test of Faith, kind of a saving type of a spell. You can teleport basically your allied units, which is your summons or your possessed creeps and allies, to the base. If it's your possessed creep, it's gonna be instantly. So if they're trying to kill him, you can port him back instantly. If it's gonna be your guy, it's gonna take the second that you are right now are saying. So on level 1 it's gonna be 6, on level 4 it's gonna be 3. So that's also why you want this to be leveled first, but the Holy Persuasion is just better spell for a Chen gameplay than this, so you need to kind of hold with it and get the Test of Faith later on. But 3 seconds, teleport back, nothing can cancel this. Nothing they do, even when he BKBs, if you have BKB, Rage, anything, if it's already on him, he's gonna be in a base in 3 seconds. Of course, if he dies before it, he's not coming back, right? Of course, this was kind of a exploited a sense, but it's been there forever, years basically right now, that you can basically hook with it, and the guy will be getting into the base. We've seen it at the TI3 when Navi were doing this, kind of won the game by the strategy. So that is it. That is a Test of Faith kind of saving type of a spell. Both are, this is basically, these 3 spells are very insane on a Chen in the beginning. Alright, now let's go with the Penitence. I don't have enemy hero right now, so we need to create one. Let's create Lion, why not? So Penitence does few things. It slows down the enemy target, so if you're gonna run him around for a while, puts nice effect on him, and of course amplifies the damage. There's a bonus damage, 8%, 16, and on level 4 it's 32%. As I said, you're not gonna be getting to that point of level 4 Penitence too many times. I usually get like level 1 and 2 and the game is already ending with my Chen gameplay. So, but it's amplifying the damage, so obviously when you're gonna do this, and when you do this, there's a difference. Of course, min-max damage, so right now you couldn't really see it, but it's there, trust me. So those are the spells. Of course, there's the last one, ulti, which is a heal. It's instant heal based on, of course, his casting speed, so it's instant to a point. But it's instant global heal. It's gonna heal everybody on the map, plus your creeps. Your creeps it's gonna heal fully, and of course your allies is gonna heal by the amount. So 200, 300, and 400 on level 3. You can build Aghanim Scepter, and the Aghanim Scepter is gonna reduce the cooldown of the spell by how many? 80 seconds? No, 70 seconds. I think it's a 30-second cooldown, I'm not really sure there, but it's gonna reduce drastically, so you will have 30 seconds cooldown. That means you can't really rotate this ulti in the middle of a team fight too many times. With the Aghanim, you can actually rotate it like 2 times in one team fight, which is pretty important when you are pushing. You can just keep the pressure and heal and heal and heal. So that is a Chen. Pretty, you know, defensive for your team, supportive. This is a support. This is perfect example of a support. You have supportive cast of minions that can push, fight for you, stun, disable enemy team, anything you can think of, which we're gonna be discussing in a second. And of course, you have some damage. You have a slow. You have an ulti. You can send them back instantly. Sorry, or if it's our ally in 3 seconds. So this is the epiphany of support, definitely. Alright, I really tried to explain this part with the neutral creeps as quickly as possible, but it's impossible to explain everything individually in a reasonable time. I don't want this video to be 30 minutes, and every single time I try to explain it in-game, out of the game, it was impossible. So let me do it kind of quickly. I just need to have this here as a close look for Chen. It needs to be here. So most of the creeps you're going to be taking are from the large camps, which are these 4 camps. We have a Centaur, which is a stun, melee stun, plus swiftness aura, 15 attack speed. We have a Satyr, which is a shockwave, plus regen aura for 4 HP per second. We have Arza, which is a melee slow, plus attack slow, and movement speed slow 25% also. We have Wildkin, which is a pre-set up tornado that you're gonna cast it, and then you're gonna move the tornado towards the enemy team. It's a damage over time, and it's very annoying. You can be disabling the daggers with that. You can be very aggressive about it on the lanes. And the last one from large camp is a Dark Troll Summoner, I think it's called. He's an Ensnare and a Skeleton. Skeletons are casted when there's a corpse on the ground. He can cast 2 skeletons. Good for farming, good for pushing. The main thing is the Ensnare, which is a 600 range net. Like, for example, Nega Siren has. It goes through magic immunity, it cancels, or it has a mini-stun. So it can be cancelling, for example, Enigma blinks in with the BKB, black holes. You can cancel it with one Dark Troll world positioned correctly, immediately. So those are the heroes, or sorry, neutrals that you're going to be taking, mostly. We have some situational ones, like a small or medium Satyr camp. He has a mana burn, he can use it like 11 times. Very useful, very annoying towards like an enemy mid, that you're going to be just positioning him there, and mana burn, mana burn, mana burn. Ice armor of the Frost Mage Ogre, whatever it's called. Very useful against carries, of course. It's a 30% movement speed slow and 20% attack speed slow when he hits you, when you have that armor. You can spam it on the whole team. Last one to mention probably is a Harpy, which has an incredible range on her nuke. It's a nuke, it's chain lighting, and initial damage is 140 magical damage, so you can use it like I think around like 10-11 times. So again, on the mid, as a mana burn guy, you can use it very effectively. So that is kind of it explanation-wise, what you can be experiencing from the jungle in sense of neutrals creeps and in sense of like using them correctly, because I just don't have time to explain it truly, and if you watch my gameplay, you're gonna see. Alright, so we have that right now. The only thing missing is the control. The actual control, how you set up your groups, how to control these guys, which we're gonna be discussing right now. First of all, I should say what you actually do with the Chen. So there are a few things you have to do. So you need to farm somewhere at some point your levels. You cannot run as level 3. Taking these creeps and just running on the lane is fine if you can achieve something. If you're not achieving something, you are getting behind and behind and behind. So it's very important to get your levels at some point. Taking the creep and killing only the small one is not going to give you these levels. So you can stack the neutrals, you can do whatever, but at some point you need to get some levels. You need to get level 6, you need to get at least level 2 of Holy Persuasion. So if the ganks are not successful, it's not a bad idea to just farm in the jungle as quickly as possible, get your mech, get your arcane boot. So that's very important in the beginning. Get your levels. The additional thing is you have 2 sets of control. Your main Chen, which is, again, this is more like a support control hero. You don't have anything that you need to be in front of their faces. This is the enemy hero. You don't want to be here, okay? You want to be at the maximum range that you can still support everybody. You can still, send them back. You can still do the test of faith damage. You can heal them with the mech, okay? So you want to be in that range. You don't want to be in the range of Black Hole, Magnus ulti, anything like that. You need to be away from it. So your control of your own Chen should be very specific, very supportive, never in the middle of the team fight, okay? Never you want to be there. And the additional thing is control of your minions. You need to control their minions, and they are usually, for example, Centaur, him, they will be in the middle of a team fight because they can be. Look at the HP difference between me or them. Of course, this is me on level 25, so it's the same HP still on level 25 as I have right now with these creeps. So they want to be in a team fight. So it's two different component control groups. Chen behind everybody, supportive, in a supportive kind of position that you can cast everything, utilize everything. These guys in the middle of the team fight casting their spells. The control itself, the control groups are going to be, for me, this is my control groups, are going to be 1. So control, of course, select Chen, control 1. It's going to be group 1 on the keyboard. The control group 2 is going to be every single creep that is active in a team fight, let's say. So it's going to be these two guys right now. So this is going to be control group 2. Of course, I've wanted this one to be set up first, so I'm going to click here first, and then this guy. It's going to be 1, 2, as you can see here on the bottom. By the way, I'm holding shift, so I'm clicking here, and I hold shift, click here. He's going to position behind him, control +2, and this is going to be group number 2. If you have something like a Wildkin, or I was showing the Ogre Frost Mage or the Harpy, that is usually a little bit different gameplay-wise to me, because these, for example, the Frost Mage is there just for the armor. He's not going to, you're not going to utilize him in a team fight. The same with the Wildkin, he's not going to be utilized hitting the guy in the face like that or biting him in the face. So he's going to be always behind everything. So this is different control group. So this is going to be control group number 4, if it's the Frost Mage or this. So this is 1. We have 2 these guys, and then we have 4 like this guy. Now, I do want to get everybody in a group, so this is going to be group number 3. When I'm just running together, like, I don't want to, I don't want to do this, click. Those are 2 additional clicks that I don't need to do, so everybody should be in some group at some point. Of course, in a team fight, you're not running like this. You have a separate groups, and you're running them separately. Okay. One more thing to mention with a bit of Wildkin. If I'm going to be casting the Tornado, I'm deselecting as a 4, and I'm selecting the Tornado as a 4. Then when the Tornado stops, I'm selecting him back as a 4. And again, new Tornado, select Tornado as a 4, so I can control it, so I can, switch back to it if they're running, so I don't have to, like, I don't have to, okay, where's the Tornado? I can switch it just with the click. So those are my groups, Chen 1, these guys 2, special creep like a Wildkin is 4, and everybody that is going to be in a team fight. He's not going to be again in a team fight, so he's not in a group number 3. Are going to be in group 3. So those are the controls of a Chen. Alright, so in the jungle you have a choice. You have a choice if you want to start farming or if you want to start helping your lane. It depends solely on the lane. So for example, here was Weaver. We didn't have a sentries, so I was like, okay, I'm going to farm myself. If there was somebody else, if there was a dual lane, I would immediately go there. I would even debate getting creep here. I would go maybe creep here. Of course, it's kind of obvious. They can be waiting. They can be actually blocking the gap from here, just sitting there. So for me, sometimes it's better to get creep safely than just kind of wait around and be like, okay, there's nothing here, and I just wasted 1 minute of my time. But if there's a dual lane against dual lane, immediately I'm going there. Immediately I want to be active. If there's just one guy and we don't have, for example, sentries, or he can jump away that easily, for me sometimes it's better to get advantage as a Chen, kind of getting my items, getting my levels sooner than later. Of course, as you hit level 6 or level 5, you already have means to fight. You already have an ulti, you already have 2 creeps, so you can be very, very effective with these 2 creeps. Doesn't matter what it is, any creep will do. So right now we have first team fight, I'm already there. From this moment, I'm actually going to be very effective for my team and very active. So double slap, it's such a strong thing in the beginning, these guys. This guy is not even escaping us. So, as a Chen, you are giving so much more to your team than any other hero from a jungle. Like Enigma, okay, you can be saying Eidolons and everything, but these creeps are just there. They're not gonna disappear, maybe with the Devour of Doom or Midas at this point, okay? But I have advantage of 2 creeps that are just running constantly as with my team. So from this point, we can push, we can do anything. As Chen gets mech, heroes against you, they don't have too much against it. You have double heal with the mech, instant double heal, plus send back. You can force the double heal to send people back. So from this point, that you have free creeps, Arcane Boots for example, I like to start with the Arcane Boots, I have to say. I like to rotate the spells of my minions, as you will right now see. This guy is toasted. That's a solo kill for me as a Chen. That I think is pretty impressive. You can just ruffle some people with the Chen at this point. And of course, if you are diving as a Chen, there's no problem. You have 3000 or 4000 HP defensive minions in front of you, so you can definitely dive the tower. And it's gonna be pretty easy, plus you can control the situations. It's all about controlling the situation, all about like picking that one guy. As you can see, I'm always positioning my Chen behind. I don't know what's in front of me. I'm always these creeps in front completely, Chen behind, so I can control, I can give mana, give that mech to everybody who needs. So as a Chen, your main thing is to get Arcane Boots and Mech, and of course control your creeps. So right now we have 3 creeps, Mech, Arcane Boots. This is the point that I am completely fine with anything. I don't need anything as a Chen, I don't require anything more. This is my build. So the next item as a Chen, the gameplay completely stays same. You're not really improving on anything. You can get Vladimir for better pushing, you can get Force Staff as I am right now for more control. I like control with this hero, so I get Force Staff for example so I can save my people, or somebody can go in, or I can Force Staff for example my Centaur to get better stun. Anything you can think of in control department, you can do with the Chen, so Force Staff would be my item. Then maybe Vladimir, or I can get Aghanim, better ulti is definitely, or rotation of your ulti can be improved by a lot there. So those are the kind of items that you are trying to get as a Chen. Alright, we could be going on and on and on with the Chen gameplay, what you should be doing, what the mechanics are, but if you want to know more details, you can definitely watch my games. Any of the recent games is gonna be fine. I just like how much you give your team. Damage-wise, you can see I'm kind of behind, I'm still controlling the situation. We get quick kill. I'm avoiding both of these. I'm sending him back right now, ulti, mech. They're using everything on him, and I'm still able to send him back. Of course, full mana, everything is used, but we got killed, nobody died, plus of course he wasted Infernal Aghanim, so... or Aghanim with the... Infernal with the Aghanim, so... Alright, that's gonna be it for this close look. Of course, it's been kinda longer one, but you have to understand there's a lot of features of the Chen. It's a Chen himself, what he does, his skills, his item build, his skill build, and of course Chen nurtures what they do, and kind of try to, I don't know, put it all together and show you the gameplay itself, the momentum, the evolution of Chen, how he gets Arcane Boots, Mech, and you know, goes with the game, what he does in the game. So it's a lot of things I had to kind of cover, so sorry about this being too long, but you know, maybe somebody gonna sit through it, I don't know. That is it. If you want to know more, you can watch my any recent game. The momentum, the gameplay is definitely explained or showed in that game, so that's it. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna be of course making next close look for the new hero that is going to be released. Let's say it's a Legion Commander, it's going to be coming out in one day. Just put it out there like that. Who cares? Alright, that's it. Thanks for watching.